Good morning. Hope everybody's having a great day. We have we're gonna start doing some pack one pick one we did yesterday. That went great. Let's pull this over a little bit there. All right, you can see my dirty playmat. Let's open this pack. Morning, Devin. Alright, so I'm not gonna say I am the best drafter. What do we got? Spiders bite. Okay. I'm gonna say I'm the best drafter, but you know a little something about drafting. So let's start with this. Okay, immediately my eye goes to Destructive Deliberation because that's a 2 for 5. If it hits, create a ponder token. As my pick one. Spring Loaded's actually good, but I'm not picking that one. Yeah. Alright, so Ranger, Ninja, Assassin, Ranger, Assassin. Here's my dual class. Oh, okay, well, here's my first M. And then here's a Ranger. I only do sports drafts, so you can't be worse than me. I actually love, so speaking of sports drafts, I love fantasy leagues. I actually haven't played fantasy football in so long, and I love playing fantasy football. The problem is I got ruined in draft. Not ruined. There's this one league that I was very heavily involved with, and we did the bidding instead of draft, just like snake drafting. So you snake draft, but we usually put the player up, and then you bid on them, and you only have like $100 or whatever, something like that, to build your team. So like, there's like a strategy in it where like you can put up a player, like sometimes you'll put up a player that you don't want, but you want people to use up all their money. Anyways, I fell in love with that, other than just doing snake draft. Because you can try to play mind games with people, and that was fun. Yeah. So I have this weird thing of, yeah. Oh, and Mask of Many Faces. Mean Mug and League. Yeah, I would do it. I think Mike would probably do it. I actually one time did a hockey fantasy league. And it was cool, and I love hockey. The problem was... it's just so hard to keep up with hockey, because there's a few games every day, and so like it'd be like, oh, did the player get hurt this game? Did they not? Like I gotta switch them out. Anyways, it got really hard, and I think I ended up ignoring the league like half of the year. It's so hard. With football, it's nice because it's like. You got your Monday night game, you got your Thursday night game, your Monday night game, but everything revolves pretty much around Sunday. So when Sunday goes, you double check, okay, Monday, Tuesday tops, you're like, all right, what's on waivers? Who do I need to pick up? Who gets hurt? Do I need to switch out? So even if you didn't pay attention that week or didn't pay attention as close, like it's not that big of a deal. I love hockey. I love watching hockey. I need to watch more of it. I used to live a couple hours out of St. Louis. Well, it's like 3 hours from St. Louis, so it's not out of, like, it's on the other side of the state. But so everyone was a Blues fan, so I got into hockey hardcore. Just before the pandemic hit, me and my son, who was, 3 at the time, he loves hockey. I got the ESPN Plus package, so we'd literally watch hockey every night. We'd be like, all right, if we get ready for bed really good, we'll watch like 10 minutes of hockey. And so we'd like watch hockey, and then we'd go in his bedroom and do that. And then I'd come out and finish the game. Go into his bedroom and read, because we always read before bedtime. And then the pandemic hit, and then there was no hockey, and I just got out of watching hockey. But I love hockey. We have Pensacola, so Mike lives in Pensacola. Sorry, Mike, if I'm going away where you live. And they have a good team. They have a fun team. So it's about an hour away from me. So a couple times we've gone over there, done the hockey. Those before pandemic. So maybe I should hit up Mike and be like, hey, Mike, me and Thea are going to come over. We're going to go watch some hockey. Let's go see some hockey. They got just like a minor league. All right, so looking at this, Going back to card games. Says when this hits a hero, banish the top card of their deck. You may play until. I mean, this is an M. I think this is kind of an auto pick, right? Because I don't want someone else getting this, and this is a really good one to have. Something else that sticks out to me too is Mask of Many Faces. Armor in this set is this like keeps me on ninja, but this is what maybe. Which I kind of like the other one, the ninja assassin one, the one that allows me to when a dagger hits, you get to bottom a card and draw. It's like a better version. It's just a much better version. It's like it's cheap. What is the Merchant's Hood or whatever? It's like a much better version. Merchant's Hood allows you to redraw your hand, but I think I like this one better because it allows you to bottom card and draw it. But yeah, so this is. I mean, I think this is Automatic Infiltrate. So you get one pick. So what happens in draft is it's just like sports draft essentially. You get one pick and then then you pass it to the person to your left on the first round. On the second round, you pass it to the person to your right. So everybody picks from this pack until it's gone. But we all do it at the same time. So like everybody opens their pack. I pick mine. Person to everybody picks theirs, and then they pass the pack to the left. So if I pick this is the rare slot. If I pick this one of the nice things about picking from the rare slot is the rare slot can be anything. So if I pick from over here, this is also rare. If I pick from over here, you get a good idea of what I picked. Because notice how there's so many rangers left in the past couple packs, and nothing great. So we have 3 rangers. So like if I pick this Twin Twisters right here, for instance, there's no ninja slot now, and people know immediately that I picked a ninja card. So you're giving away information that you don't necessarily want to give away yet. So then you grab the Infiltrate. So in this case, if I grab the Infiltrate, because I think I would, I grab the Infiltrate. Then these over here. Sorry, I'm just trying to. Okay. If I grab the Infiltrate, I'm not giving away any information. I've grabbed a class card, which you usually don't want to do unless it's a rarer card. So this is a great card to grab. If Infiltrate wasn't in here, Hurl is not a bad one. It's not a great one, but it's not a bad one. So Hurl gets rid of your dagger. So the Kodachis are daggers, so ninjas uses the daggers, and also assassins use daggers. This is better for assassin because assassins cost 2 to attack with, whereas Kodachi is as long as I have 0 cost, I'm doing 2 damage every turn. Because the Kodachi does 1, but the daggers on assassin only do 1. In fact, we have one right here. It's got Pierce on 1, which means if you block it with armor, it's going to get +1. And then this says when it hits this particular one, if they block with an attack action, it does -1 while defending. So if this hits. So Hurl is nice because Hurl makes this dagger deal 1 damage. It says when this attacks, target dagger you control deals 1 damage to target hero. If damage is dealt this way, the dagger has hit. Destroy the dagger. So like this has an on hit, the other one doesn't. Oh, it looks like my internet's being weird. We have a massive storm. But yeah. So this is my pack. This is my pick. Infiltrate. I think you have to. I don't know why it's like not. There we go. So it's a 0 red 3 attack, 3 defense. You get enough stuff. Stealth is good. So if you're gonna run Uzuri, she lets you switch it, and if I'm running Arachne, this gets go again. Yeah. I guess it also isn't a great pack either. I'm looking at this for other ones. It's not great. Pendulum Trap isn't bad. This is probably the best. Outside of this one, this right here is probably the best. Razor's Edge. I would say this though, don't sleep on our 2 cards. This is Destructive Deliberation. It's a 2 for 5, so it's undercosted. Normally you get 2 for 6, but it is, and it's only 2 defense because it's a generic. But it says when it hits, create a ponder token. Ponder token basically allows you to get an arsenal, so you get to draw before you have to. Ponder tokens basically says, and your end turn, I think is at the start of your end turn, you draw a card, which means you draw a card before you have to arsenal. If you're not familiar with this game, at the end of your turn, you draw up until you have 4 cards. At the end of your turn, you get to, if you have an extra card in hand, you can put it into face down in an arsenal. It's just an extra spot on the board. You can only have 1 card there, and then you draw 4 up until you have 4 cards. So 2 cards in hand, I put 1 in arsenal, I draw 3 cards. So it's a way to get a 5-card hand. It's a really cool mechanic. I haven't ever seen a game use a mechanic like that. I have a feeling we'll see more games use mechanics like that. So it's just a cool way of, basically, if you set up correctly, you can get a 5-card hand next turn. Because you only ever have 4 cards in your hand at all times, essentially. But, alright guys, thank you for your time this morning, Devin. Thank you for chilling with me. Yeah, no, actually, I'm being serious. We'll have to talk about a league. I love fantasy sports league. I don't know if I could do a hockey one again. That was really intense. Although I would love to give it a chance. I think if I paid more attention, it would be fine. But thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. We'll be streaming. We'll be streaming tomorrow night. I think we're streaming a draft of this. We played draft last week. Just Mike out there so late because of work. He called me at like 4 o'clock and was leaving Panama City, which is like 4 hours from me. So he got there late. He had to stop at home and get some dinner and all that stuff anyways. So I don't think he was there till like 8:30 or something like that. But all good. But have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow morning.